Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Atlanta Hawks at Phillips Arena. Well, for Atlanta, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight is Al Horford. He's not a flashy guy by any means. Has never gotten all that much national media love, but Shaq, wouldn't you say he is as solid a post player as you'll find?
You know what, he doesn't do anything with flash and doesn't have the big contract, but he plays like it. I just want to say muchas gracias, papi. He's from Dominican Republic.
Oh, muy bien. Well, he does everything you want a post player to do. I mean, honestly, he passes the basketball. He can handle it off a rebound. He moves it, post moves. He's improved his outside shot. But the only thing I would say is improve being more aggressive. I'd like to see Al at times try to get 30.
And that does it for us.
Muy bien again.
Thanks for tuning in.
Muchas gracias.
And we'll see you later.
Hey, man.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Holy land of the free, and the
The Cavaliers coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. We're at the Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Hawks plan to take advantage of home court. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside, Doris Burke. Cleveland will get the first possession. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point guard position. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
Now here's Shumpert. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Back to Shumpert. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. No good from Irving. And here is Teague. He dishes it to Horford. They set the pick. Millsap with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Splitter sets a screen. 4 on the clock. Millsap has the open look. Off target from outside.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
The better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
On defense, Cleveland. Out left to the wing. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter.
And guys, you gotta love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. A lot like San Antonio. Horford and Millsap, a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
James. Here's Mozgov. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Teague drives in. Sweet little floater. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Horford. The Cavaliers making the shot. Splitter passes to Teague. Puts up a 3. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kev, I caught up with Coach David Blatt. We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Now here's Korver, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Here's Horford. Again, the Hawks score.
What great touch there on the fadeaway. Man, right in his face.
The Cavaliers trail by 3.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
And stolen by Horford. The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Shot clock at 6. Mozgov sets a screen for Shumpert. Looking to end the run. Good work defensively by Millsap. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team. It worked well for the Hawks.
Teague with a clean look. A three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 5. James kicks to Love. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Love's got his second bucket.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
It's deflected and stolen by Love.
Get back, get back.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Splitter. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. And both free throws good for LeBron.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you can see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
Hardaway, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Smith kicks to LeBron, fires the 3. Shot is off, and Atlanta will go the other way with it.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Now here's Schroeder, covered by Smith. Williams against Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Millsap a screen. A baseline J. It's Mo Williams with the rebound.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's James. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. The Hawks on top, up by 1. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
I realize this. I realize this. Respect this shit. Check. I realize this. I realize this.
And Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long and illustrious career coaching over in Europe. Talked about the difference coaching abroad.
There's just a lot more practice time. And when the games come, you're still playing 2, maximum 3 times a week. You know, here you could be playing 4 or 5 times a week, and your practice time is going to be limited, and your ability to change things is going to be limited. You know, adjustments can and will be made and should be made, but you got to be a lot more pointed.
Successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark, and he's done a great job in his first season with the Cavaliers in the NBA, but nothing he did overseas certainly can compare to this.
And, you know, that's why, Kevin, people always talk about it in terms of being a marathon and not a sprint. There's nothing that compares to the NBA grind. Nothing is comparable to it.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Now, what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Hardaway is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
The screen from Thompson. Outside Williams. Jumper off the screen. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Schroeder. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The Hawks offense was a thing of beauty at times to watch last year. They really came together. They epitomized that turn team so well.
You hit it right on the head. I mean, they knew how to find the open man. The ball always ended up in the right spot, and so many of their shots came from assists, second in the league in that category.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Splitters checked in for Millsap, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Thabo Cephalosha.
One shot. One shot.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
Well, I tell you what, the Hawks were terrific in so many different ways last year offensively. They led the league in catch and shoot points per game. And when you watch video, that's what stands out.
Irving kicks. That's good. Dellavedova's got his first basket.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground. Hawks also led the league in catch and shoot threes per game last season. They have a roster of guys that can knock it down with space and really made the most of it. Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here's Dellavedova. The screen from Thompson. They set the pick. Irving for 3, and that one's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Schroeder. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Horford with the screen on Thompson. To the paint, deflects the pass, and stolen by Love. And Jefferson, here we go. The feed to Irving. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Horford with the screen on Irving. Here's Bazemore. And not going to go. He misses the.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
The screen from Thompson. Irving with a clean look. That's in there. Love with the assist. Irving's.
Shooting for Atlantic, Kyrie Irving. At the line for 2. Under 6.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The assist, Iman Shumpert. That's a 2-point team. Iman Shumpert.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers lead by 4. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with LeBron James. LeBron, how were you guys able to make that first half look so easy?
No, it's not easy at all. We're just flying around helping each other defensively, and we're able to get stops and we're able to execute offensively.
A disruptive defense, always dangerous. LeBron, thank you. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed them. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
You know, two things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Trail by 4.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Checking out the group for David Blatt to start the second half. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. Shumpert with it, picked up by Teague. Irving against Korver. Irving attacking, using his post move to get the 2 points. Irving's got the first bucket of the third here for Cleveland. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Down low, goes up off the pick, and it's slammed in by Splitter.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
The Hawks trail by 4. Shumpert with the steal.
Get back, get back!
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Love outside. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 5. The shot no good. Hawks shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Teague against Irving. Horford with the screen on Irving. Millsap in the corner. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. That's now 8 points for Paul Millsap.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Elbow shot is on the way. And that is good. 6 points for Love. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Atlanta calls timeout.
You know, one thing you can say about Kyrie Irving as he's gotten more talent around him, he's become much more efficient offensively. Shot selection had been a question for him, but no longer as he's gotten more help.
Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Jefferson's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Picked by Horford. It's stolen by Jefferson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. LeBron James on the wing, guarded by Horford. To the wing on the left, 6 to shoot. That's a 2 from Dellavedova. Offensive rebound, and it's slammed in by Varejão.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
And stolen by Sefolosha. He kicks it to Millsap. Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. J.R. Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. Williams comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. And the Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Hardaway with it. Williams picks him up. Sefolosha kicks to Horford. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Williams dishes to Varejão. Here's Thompson. Rebound, Atlanta. Outside Hardaway. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Paul Millsap. James kicks to Smith. Thompson sets the pick for Smith. Off the pick. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Millsap a screen on LeBron. Here's Hardaway, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really, all the momentum is there making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Bazemore's checked in. And so it's Cleveland with it. LeBron outside. Dishes to Varejao. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Williams. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Schroeder. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Schroeder's got his first points of the night.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Inside, here's Varejao, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Horford.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
That free throw missing. Splitter is checked in for the Hawks. Teague comes in for Dennis Schroeder. A switch here also for Cleveland. Irving's checked in. And the second free throw, good. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Splitter with a screen on Smith. Bazemore for 3. Good. Bazemore's got 5.
A very hot shooting second half has seen them bring that field goal percentage way up.
Yeah, and they're cruising right now, looking to add to the lead.
And that one's good, Irving.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Outside Teague goes up at the stripe, and that's not going to go. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hawks ahead, up by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. The 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Cavaliers trailing. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Teague and Korver are the guards. Paul Millsap out there with Cephalosha. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he gets it to go. Cephalosha's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Hawks. Irving passes to Shumpert. It's a pick by Love, and Shumpert kicks to Irving. 4 on the shot clock. Releases from 15, drained for 2 points.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Splitter with a screen on Shumpert. Korver, no luck.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Shumpert up top, guarded by Korver. Here's Smith. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Hawks leading. Korver dishes to T. Millsap passes to Cephalosha. Back to Millsap. Korver against Irving. Splitter kicks to Cephalosha. Shoots from the high post. Atlanta again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Irving drives in. He nails it, and we're tied up. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
Guys, this game's tied up primarily because of him. I mean, who knows where they'd be without his points today.
Atlanta calls timeout. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point.
Sideline with Doris Burke. Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Al Horford's checked in for Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. And that one's good. Schroeder.
For Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
Irving kicks to Mozgov. Fader on the way. Rebound, Atlanta. Splitter's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Schroeder. No good. Good D by Irving.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Now here's Schroeder. D right on him. To the inside. And stolen by Love. Irving against Korver. Outside Irving. To take the lead. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Here's Horford. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now. Looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
He's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's James. The screen from Thompson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. James has got the game tied up here for the Cavs. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. It's tipped. To take the lead. And Irving with the lay-in. Good. Irving's got 12 points in just the second half. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. A minute 50 left in the game. Schroeder kicks to Horford. Pass to Schroeder. Picked by Horford. Down low. No luck. Excellent D there from Mozgov. The Cavaliers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Another miss by LeBron.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And here's Millsap from the arc. Shot is off. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Moving it up. Out to Shumpert. Outside Irving. To the middle. There's Mozgov. Buries it.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 4. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot opportunity. Count it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot will follow just like he got there.
It's LeBron with the drive. Thompson. Good work defensively by Horford.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Lets it go from 11. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Korver passes to Schroeder. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, missed it.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder. 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
And that's an intentional foul. on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg. But the foul has to come immediately after that.
Kicks to Horford. Back to Teague. Left side, Korver. From downtown. Can't knock in the 3. And he commits the intentional foul. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity strike to close this one out.
And so it's Cleveland winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, LeBron, after a first half that looked like it could go either way, what was the difference maker down the stretch in this game?
Well, defensively, we stepped up. That's what it's all about with our team. We know if we get stops, we get a better opportunity to get a win and execute offensively.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win. He gave them points in bunches, and when they needed them. It's not always about how much you get, but when you get those points up on the board.
Kyrie, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor, he passes beautifully, and he could shoot from lights out from anywhere on the court.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.